What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So it looks like Golden Boy CEO Richard Schaefer has entertained the possibility of a match between vicious Victor Ortiz, who's looking to get back active after a long layoff. He received a broken jaw in the Josecito Lopez fight in a shocking upset. Victor Ortiz was slated to fight Canelo later that year in September if he got past Josecito, which he did not. So Richard Schaefer said that a possible match can be made with Victor Ortiz and Robert the Ghost Guerrero. Now, I like this match a lot, especially if they do it in September, Mexican Independence Day weekend or something. I think that'd be a great undercard fight, and then they could have like Mayweather or Canelo headline, something like that. Especially if Canelo can, if he's going to do September 15th, the undercard, Robert the Ghost Guerrero and Victor Ortiz. I mean, that's huge numbers. Canelo, he's of Mexican descent. Same thing with Victor Ortiz and Guerrero, both Mexican American. And for the people who complain that Mayweather didn't fight toe to toe the whole fight, I think this fight will be a little different because Victor Ortiz is really all he knows how to do. He doesn't really have an impeccable defense or anything worth mentioning as far as defense, and he's highly offensive fighter. So I think it's an interesting matchup. It'll be Guerrero's fourth fight at welterweight, at the welterweight limit. It looked like he had a little bit of problem making weight, so obviously he has the frame to make welterweight. From recent interviews, it looks like Victor Ortiz is still big. I mean, when he fought Mayweather, he weighed, I think, 167 on fight night. He's a big kid. And both fighters are going to have a lot to prove. They're both coming off losses. Again, Victor Ortiz's loss was to Josito Lopez. He quit on the stool due to a sustained injury, which was the broken jaw. Robert Guerrero just got outclassed by Mayweather via 12-round decision. Um, it'd be interesting, very interesting to me, to see how either fighter bounces back from that loss. And there's been a black cloud over Victor Ortiz's head, and it's been hanging there for a while. And that's the stigma that he does not have heart to finish a fight, or when the going gets tough, he gets frustrated. Kind of like Zab Judah, how Zab Judah developed that reputation for not finishing mentally strong. Victor Ortiz has that. He quit in the Maidana fight. He got his jaw broken and quit in that fight. He got frustrated at Mayweather, and he threw a headbutt, a leaping headbutt. Even if you watch the Josecito Lopez fight, don't quote me on this, but I remember there was a portion in that fight where he was irritated and frustrated, and he let it show because I think he hit Josecito Lopez on the back of the head. It was like either a rabbit punch or a low blow, something like that. But I remember a distinct point in the fight where he was definitely warned for some illegal blow that he did. I think it was a rabbit punch, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't seen that fight since last year. But that versus Robert Guerrero, who is a fighter known for having a tremendous heart and tremendous chin. And then there's also the element of Victor Ortiz just came off of broken jaw surgery. So once you get your chin cracked, it's always going to be a mystery as to how you're going to come back. How will you bounce back for that? Um, and a lot of times fighters aren't the same. Victor Ortiz, at least he wasn't knocked out. I mean, he wasn't knocked out cold or anything like that. So he definitely can bounce back. And he's still young enough to the point where he can bounce back. But he's been voted off of Dancing with the Stars. So good riddance as far as that's concerned. And again, it'd be an interesting, very interesting. You got two southpaws. You got one fighter who's known for having tremendous heart, which is Guerrero. You have Victor Ortiz, not so much known for his heart. They're both big guys. I would say Ortiz is bigger. Um, they both like to fight toe to toe, apparently. So it'd be interesting, very interesting for me to see two southpaws go at it and see how Victor Ortiz looks after a long layoff, how Robert Guerrero looks against a big welterweight, because Floyd Mayweather is a skilled welterweight, but he's not a big welterweight. Just like Sergio Martinez is not a big middleweight. You got people like Peter Quillen and Gennady Golovkin and other people, Chavez Jr., who are shitloads bigger than Sergio Martinez. Even Murray looked huge next to Sergio Martinez. Floyd is not a big, he's just a very skilled fighter, and that's how he can beat guys bigger than himself. But I'd be anxious to see how Robert Guerrero responds to his first loss in, I think it's been 11 years since Robert Guerrero lost, so I'm anxious to see how he responds back from that. And going up against someone who's a lot bigger than him. I mean, Andre Berto was bigger than him, but Andre Berto came out and set a bad tone for himself by fighting in the Philly shell, and I don't know what the hell he was doing. So who knows how Victor Ortiz is going to, if he's going to try to make a statement. I really like this fight. Let me know what you guys think. The Robert Guerrero, I said Ruben because I'm so used to hearing about Ruben's name from the Mayweather fight. But anyway, Robert Guerrero versus Victor Ortiz. Who do you like in that fight? Do you guys want to see that fight, or would you prefer to see another fight? I would. At one point, I wanted to see Victor Ortiz versus Amir Khan, and Amir Khan actually beat Victor Ortiz in the amateurs, but the amateurs different ball game, headgear. That was probably before Amir Khan lost some of his confidence and got knocked out 2 times and almost got knocked out in his last fight. So I would definitely watch a Victor Ortiz versus Amir Khan fight, but Amir Khan, especially with his new, less aggressive style, I don't know that he wants to see Victor Ortiz unless Victor Ortiz is just really ring rusty. And I don't know if he would want to move up to 147 to deal with that. But that's his career. He can do whatever he decides. But as far as Robert Guerrero and Victor Ortiz, definitely want to see that. Do you guys like this fight? Leave a comment. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video, it's Ego signing off.